We are working to get you answers about decades of flooding in a local neighborhood.
Local 12's James Pilcher took hard questions to the people in power, and he joins us live from Norwood. What are you finding, James?
Hey, Paul, I'm actually in front of a place called House Calls. It's a local business here in the heart of the area that gets flooded on Elm Avenue in Norwood. And I can tell you that the owner told me today this week's flooding cost her yet another vehicle, and it totaled it. And today she went down to City Hall to get some answers and make her voice heard. Stephanie Harden, who owns House Calls, says she's lost several vehicles to the floods on Elm Avenue. And she once again had to clean out her flooded business this week.
My building is sinking. It's a mess. The moisture that comes up after the flooding, the paint is peeling off the walls. It's a mess.
Harden was one of more than a dozen Norwood residents trying to make their voices heard at City Hall Friday to get fixes for the area of Elm Avenue hit hard by routine flooding.
We made it to June 30th this year without getting flooded.
You can see it in this video provided by Jennifer Pence, who lives next door to Harden's business. I spoke with Norwood's mayor Friday morning and asked what could be done.
Mayor Schneider, what's it going to take to help these citizens on Elm Avenue and the rest of the city?
But this is a historic challenge that has plagued that area. 20 years ago, we had plans in place, and we were on track, I thought, to get some grant money to correct it, but that didn't work out, and then it's been years and years since.
Schneider says initial estimates are at least $2 million to fix Elm Avenue. But he says the city is in a fiscal emergency. Norwood doesn't have the money, but is looking for state and federal grant assistance. The rest of the city also experiences routine flooding, and its storm drains are intertwined with sewage pipes maintained by the Metropolitan Sewer District. That means the two sides need to sit down and figure out a long-term solution.
This is something that I think people have to realize. Climate change is real, and we are getting more water now than we ever did. And just like out west, they're having droughts. We're having challenges that we haven't had for years and years and years.
So I did reach out to MSD today. They did not want to go on camera, but they did tell me they welcome the opportunity of sitting down with Norwood city officials and working out a long-term solution to the issues here. And I'm going to continue to be asking questions of MSD and city and state officials and getting some answers. Live in Norwood, James Pilcher, Local 12 News.
Thank you, James. If you have experienced sewer backups from the recent flooding or rains, you can call MSD at 352-4900 or file a complaint online. We have a link at local12.com.